Hey guys, so I'm going to go over the TED Talk that I had selected. The one I chose to go over is called How Your Brain's Executive Function Works and How to Improve It. I picked this one in particular because we'd talked a lot about brains recently in some of our trainings. We had also done some of these with Sis or with Hillary, and it just felt that it kind of tied in nicely with all of that. So basically, the executive function of the brain is the air traffic control system in the brain. It helps with things like our working memory, inhibitory control, and mental flexibility. The presenter had gone over two different kinds of tests, and the first of these was called the dimensional change card sort. And in this game, she had a child who was about 4 years old. She had two different boxes with slits in the top. One had a red star and the other one had a blue truck. And the presenter had given this child cards that either had stars on them or trucks on them. And it could be a blue star or a blue truck. But the object of the game was to be sorting by color or by shape. So the child could pick which one they wanted to do first. So they'd sort them, here's a red star, or put it with the red, or put it with the blue, or however they had chose to do it. And then about a minute had passed and they said, okay, we're going to play a new game. We're going to sort them by stars and by trucks this time. We're going to switch from sorting colors to sorting shapes. And then it didn't matter how many different times the presenter had tried to stop the child. We're going to sort by shape this time. We're going to put the trucks with the trucks and the stars with the stars. The child just could not do it. And that's just fine. That's not really developmentally appropriate for the child to be switching activities that quickly and expect that transition in the brain to have taken place. And while, it's more of a laboratory style of improving executive function, it's not really applicable to everyday life, which is why she had performed her second challenge, which is called the marshmallow test. I believe we had seen this previously in some other trainings and webinars. But the concept of the marshmallow test is to delay gratification, which is something that the executive function in the brain is responsible for. And this test is also relevant to adults. The marshmallow test concept is the child is presented with a marshmallow and they're told that if you don't eat this marshmallow, then I'll bring you another one. And a certain period of time passes. It never states exactly how much time. But this is to test the delay in gratification in children to see if it's capable for them to just wait for the reward. And some kids could do it and some kids couldn't. So the presenter changed the concept and told them they were in different groups, or changed the context, not the concept. Changed the context and told them that, you're in red group and you're in orange group. And all of the kids in red group, put a picture in front of them. All these kids waited for their second marshmallow and all the kids in this group did not. So by changing the context, the child was able to delay gratification and wait for the marshmallow. So whether that was really, improvement in executive function, I guess we'll never know because, the study had been changed to coerce the child into success. But this is also relevant to us being adults, I want to go out for dinner tonight, but if I wait, I'll be able to save up for that TV I've been really wanting to buy. So it's something that we can develop over time, and it's something that we have to be mindful for, working towards that goal. Let's see here. And there was one final point that I wanted to make because we addressed a couple things. What is executive function? It's kind of our air traffic control system. It addresses our working memory, inhibitory control, mental flexibility. We've talked about delay in gratification. And then along with changing the context of that, telling the child that all of the things, or all of the other children in that group had been able to wait for that marshmallow, that was kind of like the self-fulfilled prophecy. You're part of this group, they all waited. So the child, in my perception of this TED Talk, felt like she had to wait. So she fulfilled that prophecy, and that goes along the lines of if you tell a child that they're good at something, they're going to believe that. And if you help them build on those skills, they're going to believe that they can do that. And if you tell them every day, man, you are just not good at this, or you make a mess, or you are making this really difficult, that child's going to carry that in their heart, and it's going to make them feel like that. So when the opportunity presents itself, they spill the drink at lunchtime, that's okay. We all make spills. Let's go get some paper towels and clean this up together. That's part of executive function as well, is a little bit of resilience, picking yourself back up, helping to build those synaptic connections in the brain. And then, you know, executive function is really complex and it's shaped by numerous factors. But what I want you to remember from this is that your executive function in some aspect of your life, in order to improve it, don't look for quick fixes. You know, you got to stick it out for the long game. And when working with children that are your own or other people's, that can be really hard to do, but you just got to give it your best every day. Think about the context and how you can make your goals matter to you and how you can use the strategies to help yourself in that particular situation. And the ancient Greeks had actually said, know thyself. And this is a key piece in how context can shape your behavior and how you can use that knowledge to change it for the better. So that was my TED Talk, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks, guys.